Dear Mr. Young, I write to you today to inform you that your son Philip has been chosen to be on the nice list this year. However, since a person decided to challenge my identity, I must tell you the entire tale of what happened to him in rhyme. Surely you understand. 'Twas the night before last when I broke into your house. I saw you were sleeping, still wearing your blouse. Oh no, don't you worry, I won't go tell Phil about all of your fantasies when you take your special pill. How you wish you were female, so luscious and full. How you hate that you're a man and hung like a bull. But this letter is about him and not about you. For once you should notice instead of worrying about a screw. That's right, I know all about how you've left him alone, where he's had to fend for himself, picking meat off of bone. Do you think I believe for a second you had no money for food, not even for vegetables that he could have easily stewed? I know what you did. You spent it on hookers and drugs, while Phil's cold hardwood floors haven't even a rug. Is it hard to be selfish and so unaware that your child is starving and losing his hair? You must try really hard to be such a bad dad. So bad that, in fact, it even makes me sad. I've been doing this for years, and I'll tell you a fact. Nobody in town is falling for your act. No, your neighbors all know that you leave every night and come home in the morning, your asshole less tight. While I've never been one to be judgy or cruel, I must tell you that we need to implement a rule. You see, tiny Philip with his sunken eyes and thin hair has made a request, and I find it quite fair. He made it on the nice list, as all good kids do. So for that, I gave him an option or two. You see, he's asked me to give him all he can eat. He wants cookies and chocolates and even candied beets. Okay, he doesn't actually want candied beets, but I need to make the rhyme flow. Stop judging me, Mr. Young. You're the one on trial here for leaving your son to die. I mean, I guess it isn't your fault entirely. We can trace this back to your own father, but, well, this isn't about you. Anyway, back to the rhyme. Where was I? Now you'll see he's a bit heavier than you're used to seeing. You might even wonder if he's still a human being. Well, yes, he's still human, you stupid fucking prick. But I would be careful to poke him, don't give him a nick. There's a chance Phil could pop and his guts will go flying. You could explain this to the police, but they'll think you're lying. Here's what I did, so you know, for your own peace of mind. Why, I took him to my workshop. My elves were so kind. They tied him to a table for an operation of sorts, where they sliced open his skin to install special ports. Yes, holes in his body where they fed a few hoses into his stomach, parting his insides like Moses. But the operation continued. It still went for a bit. On the backs on his limbs they made tiny little slits. The skin had to be expandable, you see. Philip needed the chance to grow larger than we, so we added some skin taken from a donkey. It's all we had ready. Sorry if he looks a little bit wonky. Once he was stitched, we pumped him with sweets, the cookies, the chocolates, and even some beets. Oh, we admired as he grew to the size of a hippopotamus, one with donkey skin and a stomach that's bottomless. Once he said he was full, we loaded him into the sleigh, and we returned him to you before you came home for the day. Now, as you can see, he's going to be quite fat, and you need to not poke him, or he will go splat. Love, Santy Claus. P.S. Sorry about the future mess. We don't really have a crew that we can dispatch to help with that. I've heard that there's people who specialize in cleaning up people. Oh, and sorry about outing you on the whole sexual preference thing. I honestly don't mind it, but like, come on, man. You were leaving your son to die while you ragged out. Not cool, Mr. Young. Not cool.